News. Home you have 8 options. View playoff picture is selected. Scout. Practice. Upgrade players. Man. Upgrade players. Entering player upgrades screen you have 4 options. Bobby Brown I. Entering. Attention pop-up. Are you sure you want to auto-upgrade all players? No. Yes. Entering. Attention pop-up. 4 players were upgraded. Okay. Entering weeks. Entering franchise hub screen home. Entering. Warning pop-up. Are you sure you want to quit? Yes. No. News. Home you have scout. Practice. Manage stat. Manage roster. Play season game is. Home you have 4 options. Play offense. Play full game. Entering. Team select screen. The Los Angeles Rams. Ready.
It's week 16 of the National Football League. Up next, we'll see Russell Wilson, as he's gone over 4,000 yards passing now for the year. It's the Broncos and the Rams, next on EA Sports.
The Broncos of Denver with their quarterback.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Denver Broncos and the Los Angeles Rams. Alongside my good friend Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Glad to be enjoying another week of football. And Charles, this is a contest that should make a former defender like yourself very happy, that's for sure, because we got a pair of top 5 defenses in the NFL squaring off, and opportunities to score, well, they figure to be extremely limited.
And partner, you know my smile is wide because this is a lot of fun for a guy like me to watch, as you noted. And if there's something else that we both know that these teams take pride in, it's how well their defense have done at controlling games and putting them in a position to win. Something else they're proud of, though, how high they rank in the league. And they're trying to use this game to move up in those rankings and become the top defense in the league.
Entering play call screen. Kickoff middle. Kickoff left.
Matt Gay to kick off for Los Angeles.
All right. Gay of the mat. Off the kick.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. Fields it right around the goal line.
Nice.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
That's a good kick.
Here's Russell Wilson, 11th season in the league. First, of course, with Denver after a high-profile trade this offseason that saw him dealt from Seattle.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
They begin the drive with Williams. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. The numbers on the ground for Williams a week ago. 15 carries, 56 yards.
It's a pretty mediocre week for him on the ground. Certainly a boon to his offense if he can get a little more output on his touches this week. He should get some more early carries as his team tries to get him into a rhythm.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Wilson. Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. Finding room at midfield. Loose inside the 30. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end
Base
zone.
lock right.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after.
Somebody's got to pay.
He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either, and it's 7-0.
Entering play call.
That drive started on their own 25, 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Menace.
Taken at the goal line.
Menace. Oh.
Brandon Powell on the
And here comes Matthew Stafford leading the Rams offense out there. And just as he did last season when he captured his first and the Rams' second Super Bowl title.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, the other team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 13. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. These are his numbers from last week's contest. And Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
Entering play call. Coach suggest cross grab inside zone.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Going right back to Akers. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Our game here, the 2nd of 3 on this fine Christmas day. Coming up later tonight, the Bucks and Cardinals from Glendale. And then remember, as if your spouse hasn't chided you enough already, more football coming your way tomorrow night. Chargers and Colts on the 26th from Indianapolis. Yeah, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. So opening drive, 3 straight runs, unable to pick up the first.
I know the fans want to see first downs, but guess what? The coaches have reasons for what they're doing. Sometimes they've scripted it, and some of these runs, while they haven't been successful now, they may be successful later on.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 12 options. Punt is selected. Recent play. Favorites. There are. Personnel. There are 8. Play type. There are 8 categories. RPO. Run. Inside handoff. There are 7 categories. Zone fix. AHP inside zone. Cross button.
They'll run for it with Akers. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
And they'll run the end around here with Judy. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Suggestions. There are 6 categories. Cover 1 Robber Show. Over Storm Brave. Overload freeze heat. Over Storm Brave.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. There's Wilson to throw. And that will be incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit into football.
a 31-yard attempt.
The kick by McManus is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Entering
Simply
play
stated,
call,
I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. Oh, a good return up past the 30.
Nice. Got it past the 30.
On the return, the Rams take over first and 10.
As the Rams offense comes back out, here is the NFC playoff picture coming into the weekend. And what they do know is that they'll be playing at home come January, at least for one game, as they have locked up the NFC West.
And everyone wants that top spot, partner. We know that because that guarantees you home field advantage throughout the playoffs. But whether or not that's in the cards or not, you have to be impressed with how this team has played.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. This defense for the Broncos, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And he is going to have a Rams first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. The Rams at 11-3 on the year. And they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
Coach suggestions. Across country. HD mid-draw. Cross button.
They'll run on first down with Akers. Nifty footwork at the 45.
Dang.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
Going to run the sweep here. This is Cup. K'Wan Williams, the one that got him down.
Suggestions.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
This a 2nd and 7 from the 37.
Triangle button.
Stafford.
Triangle button.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hopkins.
Play call.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
You have 30 options.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point of attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred the defense.
On 3rd down, here's a run by Akers. He handed it off there, but I don't really know if he would have kept it or tried to do anything else if it would have mattered.
Yeah, it's not always a wrong read when a play gets stacked up. Sometimes they're just at the line of scrimmage, there's just too many bodies to maneuver.
And as a result, now they're looking at a 4th down.
Ugh. Ain't gonna be able to make no field goal for 51 yards. Yeah, whatever.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter.
There are 8 categories. You have 15 options. Field goal 50. Recent play. Favorites. Personnel, there are 8. Play type, there are 8. CAD, pass. Quick, Hail Mary.
Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3.
Cross
They
button.
snap it to
Triangle
Stafford.
button. Triangle button.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And the Broncos will take over on downs. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Wilson's throw there, complete to Hamler. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give him some space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Spread.
All right, blitz. Blitz is war game.
Here's the backup now, the former Badger, Melvin Gordon. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
From just shy of midfield, Wilson. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, to me, there was no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Offense.
Entering
so that
play
one a
call,
hold
coach
right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Now Wilson. That's out to the flat for Gordon. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories. Return mid, return left.
On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Back deep, Brandon Powell. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air. And that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
A
kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
Play call.
Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a 1st down.
At the 19-yard line.
Going to run the sweep here. This is Cobb. He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Coach suggestions.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
All right.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. And he's going to have a Rams first down as he gets this up past the 30 to the 32.
A gain of 6.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
You have 30 options. HB stretch is selected. Mesh spot. HB stretch. Mesh spot.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Cross button. Triangle
They'll try
button.
the air now with
Triangle
Stafford.
Button.
A quick throw knocked away. It's
Entering
incomplete.
play call.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Stafford going to give this to Akers. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Cross button. Cross
Throwing
button.
on 3rd down,
Cross
Stafford. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Normally, I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half that they'll go for it on 4th down.
Well, they should have already said punt it. Punt it. Head coach should have already made that decision.
Recent favorites. There are 8. Personnel. There are 8. Play type. There are 8. Run. Pass. Hail Mary. There are 6 categories. You have 3 options. Hail Mary is selected.
Hail Mary.
Circle
On
button.
4th down,
Cross
Stafford.
button.
Gonna let one
Triangle
fly for
button.
Robinson. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is gonna move the ball well downfield.
Thank you. I'll take that pass interference call any day. That moved us way up the field.
A 4th down pass interference call.
And everyone works hard on 3rd down. That's usually the money down. Get off the field. It intensifies when it's a 4th down. You think you got it done. You think you've completed the play. Instead, you see a flag. Pass interference gives them a new set of downs.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. They'll give this to Akers running right. And a nice pickup there as he'll get about 9, and that will lead us to a stoppage here at the 2-minute warning.
Gotta score.
Entering play call. Coach suggests curl and bench.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Triangle button.
Now Stafford.
R1 button.
Throwing the
Triangle
out route
button.
incomplete. It's Hopkins. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Many different
Entering
ways to
play
create
call.
space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Caught out left side by Robinson. And he'll be out of
Entering
bounds,
play
taking
call.
it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
Categories. You have 30 options.
The Rams going to go
Flood
ahead and
is
use the
selected.
first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Entering play call. Curl ampersand out. Flood post. Circle
To
button.
throw is
Triangle
Stafford.
button.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far
Entering
and able to keep this
drive.
offense from creating a major
Double
dent on the
snap.
scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The
Entering
new-school
play
defense is
call,
what you
coach
said, taking the ball
suggestions.
away.
There are 8 categories.
Now another timeout called for by the offense, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Entering play call, corner double, mesh spot. Circle button. Cross
To the
button.
air again,
R1
Stafford.
button.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to
Entering
wind up
play call,
incomplete.
coach
The Rams going to be
suggestions.
forced to
There are
use
8
their
categories.
third and
You have
final
3 options.
timeout
Mesh spot
as they'll
is
talk
selected.
things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half.
Entering
But the
play
coverage has
call,
been tight
coach
all game long,
suggestions. There
and they
are 8
certainly want to keep them
categories.
off the
You have
scoreboard
30
here.
options. Mesh spot is selected. Insides, mesh spot. Inside switch. Mesh spot.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
Cross button.
Stafford.
R1 button.
Touchdown, Rams. Tyler Higbee. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Rams go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight
Entering
end. He
play
locked in
call,
on him
coach
early and found
suggestions.
him for
There
a
are 8
touchdown.
categories. You have 15 options. Bad attempt is selected.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So that drive
Entering
spans
play
13
call,
plays.
special teams.
And it
You
winds
have
up
6
with a
options.
touchdown
Kickoff
for
left is
Los
selected.
Angeles.
Kickoff middle. Kickoff left.
All because of that pass interference. Changed the whole momentum. Oh, they
After the
didn't get
touchdown,
25
it's
on this
Gay to kick this one away.
one. I get you too hard.
And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now Wilson on first down. And that's checked down to Gordon. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And the Rams got him. They bring him down. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down. Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
Fire 1.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Entering play call, coach suggestion, cover 2 man, silver shoe pinch, overload 3 scheme, silver shoe pinch.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. On the delayed handoff, this is Gordon. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Entering play call, weak blitz 1, FS fire 1.
So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. They stay on the ground this time. It's Williams. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Return middle, return left.
Sam Martin in punt formation for the Broncos.
So we've reached halftime here. Charles has already thrown off his headset. He's out here. He says, it's Christmas Day. I'm going home. We're not done yet, though. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. Merry Christmas to you at home as we take you around the NFL on this 25th day of December. We'll get started out at GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Patrick Mahomes leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdowns.
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the 3rd quarter.
Defend outside, defend short pass, defend medium pass.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Now Akers to start the 3rd quarter on the ground. 61 yards rushing for him now to this point.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on 2nd down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll go again here with Akers. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A give running right is Akers. And some room to maneuver. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 31 yards there and a first down. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats.
Mesh spot, AHP zone WK.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
Cross button.
A give up the middle
Triangle
to Akers.
button.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 30 options. 26 no is selected.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. They'll go with Akers here up the middle.
Circle button.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Entering play call, Coach Sig, curl Empress, counter Y.
They'll run here with Akers. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Showed off the footwork, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up third.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy. You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Handoff.
They'll try and run for it. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And that will force a turnover on downs. And you wonder, Charles, could that decision come back to haunt them later?
And it really could, because in this situation, you kick the field goal in a tight game like this, that's a good play. But maybe what he's saying to himself is, I'm just not a big proponent of the old idea that any possession that ends in a kick, I'm happy with. He wanted to be really aggressive.
A little twist here in the 3rd quarter.
Entering play call, coach suggestion, cover 1 hole, Sam will blitz free.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Spread.
To throw is Wilson. Right side, it's Hamler pulling it in. And they'll get him down up past the 15. 70th catch for him on the year. Like so many others, this goes for a first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson. That's complete. It's Greg Dulcich. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First target, first catch, and a first down.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
2 first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive. Here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Here's Wilson. He's got the connection downfield to Hamler. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. He got 29 yards that time.
First down,
That's the third time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as
Entering
shown
play
by that
call.
last play.
Coach suggestion. Cover 2 man. Cover 3 cloud. Silver shoot pinch.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half. And that trend is continuing here.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now it's Wilson. And that'll be incomplete.
Entering
Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in.
Cover 1
Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Rams are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So this offense moving the ball well, trying to open up a 2-score lead here in the 3rd quarter, but now potentially a play that could have big ramifications.
Yeah, you've driven the ball down the field. Things are looking up, but it takes just one bad decision to throw things off the rails.
And the LA offense ready for this next possession. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. On 1st down, they'll start out with Akers. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 30 options. HB stretch is selected. Rams leak. AHB stretch.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. On the give, this is Akers. Dancing away at the 35. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score,
1 quarter remains here in Week 16. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 160 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy's made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact.
Punted cross. Zone split WK.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 45-yard line. Going right back to Akers. And some room to work. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Entering play call. Cross, jet sweep.
Gonna run the sweep here. This is Cobb. It's the Pro Bowler Jamie Collins that makes the stop.
Jamie Collins makes the tackle. A gain of a yard.
Entering play call. Go mesh spot. Inside zone. Mesh spot.
Now it's 2nd and 9.
Cross button.
Here's Stafford.
Cross button.
Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And they're going to get this
Entering
down
play
inside
call.
the
Coach
20.
suggestions. There are
Gave
8
up the
categories.
completion there, but this is what zone defenses count
Inside zones.
on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. On the handoff, it's Akers. And he's going to be taken down short of the first, right around the 15-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Orphan what?
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 15 options.
What is
Field goal
15?
32 yards is selected.
Oh. What do you think? Field goal or throw? Run.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Entering play call. Field goal 30. Field goal. Recent favorites. There are person. Play type. There are RPA. Run. Pass. Quick pass. There are 6 categories. You have 5. Standard pass. Shotgun pass. Stand. Quick. Hail Mary.
Might be a bad decision.
Circle button.
Desperation
Circle
time for
button.
Stafford on 4th down.
Triangle button.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And the Broncos will take over on downs. So they have now gone for it on 4th 4 times, and they have converted no times.
Entering play call.
I know we talk about analytics and how it's entered into the game. And there's a good percentage that says, go for it. You will actually make a good percentage. In this case, the analytics just went right out the window. 0 for 4. They've got to start looking at things in a different way.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And brought down there by Taylor Rapp.
Entering play. Cover 2 minutes. Cover 4 drop.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Throwing is Wilson. He's got Hamler on the out route. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter.
Entering play. Cover. LB blitz 1. Spread. Spread.
They'll try and grind some clock with Gordon. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. The objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Bobby Brown busting through to get him for a loss of 6. But found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Out route complete to Dulcich. And he's stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game.
Entering play
So it's
call,
Bronco
coach
football as we
suggestions.
get you
There are 6
reset here.
categories.
They're looking at a fourth
Return
down now
middle,
as they try to
return
hold on
right.
to this lead for dear life. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback.
Entering
So
play
now
call,
Stafford
play
and the Rams down 10-7, a minute 50 to play.
Hail Mary.
They're in
There are
danger
6
of a third
categories.
straight
You have
loss
3
as they come
options.
up on
Hail Mary
first and
selected.
10.
Circle button.
Now it's Stafford.
Triangle button. Triangle button. Circle
Now
button.
a desperation throw deep
Triangle
downfield.
button.
And he knocks the ball away and it
Entering
falls
play call,
incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that
Triangle
way.
button. Triangle button.
He's going to let it fly.
Triangle button.
He's got a man, complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of
Entering play
35.
call.
But they picked
Hail
up a
Mary.
little bit of
There are
yardage
6
there, and
categories.
now,
You have 3
in this
options. Hail
situation,
Mary is
should be in
selected.
no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
R1 button. Cross
Stafford.
button. Square button.
And the coverage terrific there as
Entering
that's
play
knocked
call.
down and
There are
incomplete.
6 categories.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
After the incomplete pass, here now is
Cross
2nd
button.
and 10.
Cross button. Triangle button.
Stafford's throw, it's complete into the hands of
Entering
Higby.
play call.
And he'll go out of
Goal post.
bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. On the very outer edge of field goal
R1
range, it
button.
would be 56
Square button.
yards if they got nothing
Triangle
here on
button.
3rd down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to
Entering
wind up
play call.
incomplete.
Coach suggestions.
With that incompletion,
There are 8
reality is staring them
categories. You have
right in
18
the face.
options. Field
This
goal,
entire
56
game
yards
is down to
selected.
the next snap.
A 56-yard attempt.
Whack.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Ready to rock and roll, baby. Move up.
There's no way I'm gonna make this freaking field.
Come on, D. Let's get off on these boys.
Right there.
Let's go, fella.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
Left. This is our house, baby. This is our house. I'm here all day.
Cross button.
They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs.
46-yard line.
It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. And the Broncos will take over on downs. And Denver getting set to take the field. And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs.
Entering play call. Cover 6. 1 Sam SS Blitz.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back. Let's make them cry.
The win for the Broncos, seemingly
Entering
assured they
play
go down
call.
to a
Coach
knee.
suggestion. Cover 1 hole. Cover 4 showed you.
Down to a knee one more time, and that should
Entering
just
play
about do
call.
it.
Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Well, obviously, Charles, this was by no means an offensive track meet. I mean, the defenses were the story in this ball game, but hey, they got enough points to get the job done, and at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
You're absolutely right about that, partner. In such a low-scoring game, it completely changes everything you had planned to do out there. Fortunately for them, they got just enough scoring to bring home the win, and in this type of a game, to play their defense, that became one of their biggest keys.
So for the Broncos, it's a big win here as they move to 11-4 now in the year.
Entering post-game screen, you have 5 options. Finish game is selected.
Alright, thanks for chilling and hanging out with us. Catch you guys later. Peace.